Lewis Hamilton has finally won another Grand Prix, making it 104 career wins for Lewis Hamilton, and he now holds the record for the most wins at any single circuit. And arguably for Lewis Hamilton, this is probably the most important win that he's ever had. After such a long win drought, he's finally able to put to bed that question as to whether he's good enough or capable even of winning a race in the ground effect era of Formula 1. Now he has gone and he's won that race. He's got that monkey off his back, as it were, and he can go forward trying to win more, and it will probably see a resurgence of his confidence. But the question that I've repeatedly heard is, will Lewis Hamilton now be thinking that he's made a mistake in going to join Ferrari for 2025? Well, Lewis Hamilton hasn't just decided to go to Ferrari because he's disgruntled with Mercedes and he wants to go and win with a different team. A little bit of that was playing into his decision, but Ferrari have done more than just give him a lot of money. Ferrari have also sold him the dream. They obviously have a plan about what they're going to do, a plan which conceivably Lewis Hamilton has more confidence in than sticking with Mercedes. Now, admittedly, Mercedes were not looking in a good place at the end of last season and at the beginning of this season, and Ferrari were looking exceptionally strong. So it made sense at the time for Lewis Hamilton to think about switching, especially with the amount of money they were offering him, the sort of deals they were offering him, and they obviously sold him on the vision for the future that he could win his 8th with Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton has always wanted to race for the Scuderia. He's always wanted to don those red overalls. So it's part of his dream to race for the team he's always wanted to. And really, this is his last chance to get the sort of contract that he wants. Mercedes were not offering Lewis Hamilton the sort of contract that he was after, and they weren't offering him what he wanted from his future contracts. And really that put a bit of a question mark for Lewis Hamilton as to whether they had confidence in him, because clearly Mercedes were starting to look to the future, which is not the wrong thing. They need to future plan, succession plan for Lewis Hamilton. They have George Russell, and he's doing it pretty well, although he has got some issues that he needs to sort out going forward. But they also have to think about what happens if Russell decides to leave, or if Russell isn't quite good enough to win a world championship or multiple world championships. We're still waiting to see that real step forward from Russell. He's a great driver, but he definitely has some areas of his game that he needs to work on. Kimi Antonelli is the future for Mercedes, so going back to Hamilton to put in long contracts means they can't bring forward their future prodigy. Now, yes, they probably wanted to ease Kimi Antonelli into the championship a little bit slower, bringing him up through Williams like they did with Russell. But at the end of the day, that's their future. And Lewis Hamilton will feature less and less for Mercedes if he hadn't made this decision. He has made this decision. He's decided to go to Ferrari, and quite clearly by what he was saying after the race, there's no going back. The deal is done. This is great for Hamilton to win another race with Mercedes, but this is the past. This is the victory lap. Everything he can notch up this season is just a thank you to the team, and it's just a sweetener to the fact that he has won so much with Mercedes. But he has to look to the future, which he is definitely doing, because Ferrari is the future for Hamilton. Whether he can go and win championships with Ferrari is yet to be seen. We don't know quite how good the Ferrari will be. They've clearly fallen away a bit in the upgrade process and been leapfrogged by Mercedes and McLaren. That doesn't mean they're going to stay there forever. Ferrari will bounce back, but will they be able to overhaul Mercedes now they seem to understand their car? Again, a question that only time will tell. But is it a mistake, and will Lewis Hamilton be questioning his decision to move to Ferrari? I don't think so, because he's looking towards the final phase of his career where he wants to race in that final phase, and Ferrari are offering him something that Mercedes were not willing to give him. And Ferrari, at the end of the day, they're Ferrari. Of course, all the drivers want to race for Ferrari. So they have that pedigree, that distinction above all the other teams, that Ferrari is still the team that every driver wants to put their overalls on for and get in the car for the prancing horse. Do you think that Lewis Hamilton might have made a mistake in joining Ferrari next season? And do you think that Lewis Hamilton is able to win more races this season with Mercedes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.